Hello, Palak. Are you audible? Yes. Good. Music. To hear music? To hear music? Hello, Palash. Good evening. Good. Let us wait for 5 minutes more. Yes, I will wait only 2 minutes, and after 2 minutes, going to start. So those who are going to miss, even though this topic is very much fruitful for everyone. Hello, everyone. Yes. So now we are going to start our session on CBT. So are you able to see? Yes, where the screen has gone. Able to hear me?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Right, all right. Where? Yes. All right. So you are hearing me also, and you are going to see the PPT. I have shown it. Did you see my PPT? Is it? Are you able to see my PPT? Large and
Yes, ma'am, it is visible. It is visible.
is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So, but I am not able to see that PPT. Why is it so?
Ma'am, maybe it is minimized.
Minimized. Okay. Let's see. On. Right. Let's see. Minimize from where?
Ma'am, you can click on the bottom.
On the bottom. Okay. All right. Then I'm not able to see you all. But you are hearing me, right? Sure. So, what is a CBT, cognitive behavior therapy? What does it mean? Cognition, cognitive, the term, and which is like you can say the term came from the cognitive theorist, and the like a psychologist, the name that is like Albert Ellis. He was very much famous. He developed this concept cognitive theory. और क्यों cognitive theory ये develop किया उन्होंने? Why is it so? Before that there was a behavior therapy was there, and behavior therapy was only focusing on the learned behavior and the aspect of behavior rather than thinking. But like Albert Ellis, he decided not every behavior only because of behavior pattern or only the what you have learned, but what he had thought that what you think and you feel it, and then accordingly you are going to behave. And this concept, so he was disagreed on the behavioral aspect, behavioral theories, and then he developed this theory as a cognitive theory. But cognitive theory is still, it was lacking the behavioral aspect, because every thinking has a feeling, and when the person is feeling on the basis of their thinking, or how they are viewing the situation, accordingly they are going to behave. And that is why the behavioral management is also required, so that considering all these factors, thinking, feeling, and behavior, then ultimately this term was like this theory, and this technique was developed, that is called as a cognitive behavior therapy. So here the term according to Ellis model, stoic philosopher, and he said people are disturbed not by things but by their view of things. Whatever the situation is, whatever like a condition is, but people are not like a disturb, but situation, condition, how they view, how they perceive, accordingly they feel or they get disturbed. And this is the theory he proposed that. So how, like a what is the purpose of cognitive behavior therapy? and where cognitive behavior therapy is used. So, what is the purpose of cognitive behavior therapy? How cognitive behavior is going to deal? What cognitive behavior therapy is going to do? And how you're going to identify that you have a cognitive errors. So before going towards a cognitive errors, it is required whatever the feelings you have some kind of the thinking patterns. So helping people to clarify their emotions, behavior, and goals. And after identifying their belief systems, whether it is a healthy or unhealthy, but when you are going to use or we are going to use cognitive behavior therapy, then unhealthy beliefs is important to identify, to recognize, and that are at the or that is a health of their emotional problems. Means that is a going to trigger of their emotional problems because of their unhealthy beliefs, and that sabotage their goals. This is the purpose. And how, and what you are going to do when they have their unhealthy beliefs. When they have unhealthy beliefs, so there the unhealthy consequences is going to happen. What are the unhealthy consequences going to happen when you have a unhealthy beliefs? What are the consequences going to happen? Can you share that on the chat box, or you can say if you have a unhealthy beliefs, अगर आपके अंदर में इलॉजिकल और अनहेल्दी मीन्स जो कि हेल्दी नहीं है, जो कि रियलिस्टिक नहीं है, ओरिजिनल बेस्ड नहीं है, आपकी धारणाएं, आपके विचार of about the situation, about the condition, about the person, about the place, or any kind of external or internal factors, if it is not healthy, अस्वस्थ है, तो ऐसे स्थिति में what feelings you are going to get? Yes, can you share? Suppose like a suppose you are going to appear on some exams, a simple example, because nowadays the exam is going on. बच्चों के एग्जाम्स होने वाले हैं. So what you are going to think about your exams? Exam is a situation, exam is a condition, and where you have you are going to appear your exams. So what kind of a thinking you are going to get when your exams is going to nearby? क्या आप सोचने जा रहे हो, क्या आप सोच रहे हो? None of you wanted to say or share some anything? आप कुछ नहीं बताने वाले हो? हेलो. Yes, chat box where you can put it. What feelings you are going to get? What emotions you are going to get out of your thinking that you are going to get exams? If you are going to have a unhealthy thinking, unhealthy beliefs. सबसे पहले क्या दिमाग में आने वाला है? मेरे एग्जाम्स में मैं कर पाऊंगा, नहीं कर पाऊंगा, मेरे एग्जाम्स अच्छे होंगे कि नहीं होंगे, मैं एग्जाम में कहीं फेल ना हो जाऊं, मेरे एग्जाम में अच्छा रिजल्ट नहीं आया तो मेरे पापा को मैं क्या मुंह दिखाऊंगा, मेरे परसेंटेज अगर अच्छे नहीं आए तो मैं कैसे घर वालों को फेस कर पाऊंगा, या मेरा करियर मेरा बिगड़ जाएगा, मेरी लाइफ बर्बाद हो जाएगी, मैं किसी कहीं का मुंह दिखाने लायक नहीं होगा, मैं फैमिली में, परिवार में किसी के सामने नहीं आ पाऊंगा. There are the so many things, isn't it or not? Able to hear me? आप मुझे सुन पा रहे हो? सुन पा रहे हो? नहीं?
Yes.
Yes. So, are you agree with that or not? आप मुझे, हाँ? Are you
Yes.
agree?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. When you are going to get such a thoughts, then what are emotions you are going to get it? What are emotions you are going to get it?
Fear, anxiety,
Yes.
stress,
Yes. Yes.
panic.
Yes. Yes.
Mm.
Panic. So you are going to have such a emotions, and that emotions which is going to relate with your unhealthy beliefs. So if it is going to persistent and continue, then what is going to happen? How you are going to handle your situation? whether you will be able to appear in exams or not. What do you want? Wanted to appear in your exams or wanted not to appear in your exams? This is all about. So that belief system is going to give you such a consequences where you are not able to appear in exams maybe, or you are not able to feel yourself as a relaxed state of mind. Then this belief system is going to give you that negative consequences or illogical consequences, where in the CBT you have to dispute them, dispute such beliefs and replace them with their healthier version in order to get better through consistent and constructive actions. So what you are going to do is dispute this thinking pattern, and you are going to replace those thinking with the healthier ways of thinking, and which is a constructive in action, or it should be a consistent. So finally, what you are going to do, you are going to generalize such a behavior and change in the other areas of life. What is going to? So, and this method is called as yes, this method is known as a ABC model. A, B, C. What is a A? What is a B? What is a C? And
A,
how it is? Yes, yes.
A is action, B of behavior, and C is cognition, जो आपकी थिंकिंग उसमें शायद जो आपका पैटर्न बन जाएगा उस बिहेवियर से पैटर्न आप वो करेंगे आई थिंक
All right. Who is giving this response? A say, A say, A say antecedent. A is stand for antecedent, and B for belief system, and C for consequences. Yes, Anamika. So A means antecedent. Antecedent means who is going to give reply? Be faster. Yes, you are intelligent enough. You are going to give reply very fast. You are going to give on the chat box, you can say, or you can speak like a what is the antecedent, what could be the antecedent factors, as already have explained. Meenakshi, you are going to say something? Antecedent means any triggering factors, already told you.
किसी
Yes.
इवेंट में कोई चीज हुई है उसको
हाँ
लेकर जब हमारा एक बिलीफ बन जाता है
हाँ.
और उसके कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस जो हमारे आते हैं तो दैट इज द ABC.
Yes. A means antecedent. Any internal factor could be internal also. Maybe images, maybe impulses, maybe vision of something, maybe dreams. You have seen it. And maybe you have ideas. You have some kind of ideas or thinking pattern. This could be also part of that. Or external factors is very obvious that any external factors which is triggering such a belief. Just for example, it is very simple from one simple example. Happened before, something has happened before in that also, and something it is not happened, that could be also happened. If you have something has happened, as Anamika said, something has happened, so you have developed the belief system. But the belief system, depending upon if you have persistent kind of thinking and which is triggering anxiety, and it seems to be unrealistic or not from original based, that is going to happen as a like a belief system. And belief system is also based on our culture, caste and creed. But the belief system is also, as you said, the past experiences. That is why it was recognized that depressive patients, they have a depressive person, those have a depressive in nature, or they have the depressive tendencies, or maybe they have emotional feelings of depression, so they develop such a kind of a belief system. What kind of the belief system? There's a three cognitive triads are there. So what are the three cognitive triads when they're thinking dysfunctional thinking, or known as a dysfunctional thinking, and known as a intrusive thoughts? When you have an intrusive thoughts, persistent intrusive thoughts, it becomes as a belief system. So what kind of the intrusive thoughts? लगातार आने वाले विचार, जैसे एक ऑब्सेसिव कंपल्सिव डिसऑर्डर का पेशेंट, मेरे हाथ गंदे हैं, लगातार आने वाला विचार, मेरे हाथ गंदे हैं, I have a dirt in my hand, I have a contaminated, my hand is contaminated. If such a thought is लगातार, if it is coming and coming, so belief system is कि अगर, that is a belief system, कि अगर मेरा हाथ, अगर हमने बिना हाथ धोए छू लिया तो कुछ गड़बड़ हो जाएगा. That belief system has taken place. If you are depressed, अगर आप दुखी हो, तो what is the belief system you are going to develop? क्या belief system होने जा रहा है आपका? कि मेरे, suppose it is from the past experiences से आपका belief system आया है कि like कि my past experiences, if you are married, और past experiences में आपकी मदर इन लॉ के साथ अच्छा बिहेवियर नहीं हुआ है, मदर इन लॉ ने आपके साथ अच्छा बिहेवियर नहीं किया है. So what the belief system you are going to develop? Every mother-in-law is like that. Maybe overgeneralization is going to happen, या मैं अपनी mother-in-law का सामना नहीं कर सकती, या I don't want to see her face, and my mother-in-law is very cruel one. That belief system have developed. Or whenever, if somebody is taking your mother-in-law's name, or like a mentioning about your mother-in-law, then you're triggering feelings because of that name. The feeling you are going to get it, maybe anger, maybe aggression, maybe frustration, maybe over talkative about that thing, maybe upsetting behavior, maybe depressive, maybe something like a fighting with the person, or fighting with your husband or spouse because of that belief system. So depending upon the various causes, that belief system like a take place. और बहुत सिंपल एग्जांपल हमारे अपने भारत में चलता चला आ रहा है, लाइक अगर बिल्ली ने रास्ता काट लिया, दैट इज अ बिलीफ सिस्टम, इट इज अ कल्चरल बेस्ड. सो कल्चरल बेस्ड इज आल्सो द बिलीफ सिस्टम. रास्ता काट लिया तो हमारा काम क्या हो जाएगा? काम बनेगा या बिगड़ेगा? सिचुएशन इज दैट लाइक अ क्रॉस बाय द कैट, और ब्लैक कैट है तब तो बहुत ज्यादा. एंड देन व्हाट यू आर गोइंग टू, यू आर नॉट गोइंग to go for the work, you're going to come, you will be back and for a few minutes, and then either you are going to take one glass of water, or like doing something like some ritual, and then you are going to do some work. So such a belief system we adopt, or but when it becomes unhealthy, it's a very common belief system, but it is healthy belief system. So it's not matter that हमेशा belief system unhealthy ही होता है. If it is a healthy belief system, then what you are going to get it? Healthy belief systems, healthy feelings will be there. So within a 5 to 10 minutes you are going to overcome, and then you are going to, for your job, you completed your task, and then come back, and there's no such a thought is coming to your mind कि बिल्ली ने रास्ता काट दिया, बिल्ली ने रास्ता काट दिया, like that. You are not going to get such a thought. This is a healthy belief system. You overcome that the particular time, particular challenge. But if the same thought coming again and again, काम नहीं बना, so the evidence based the belief system काम नहीं बना, and that belief system became so like it is so intense because of बिल्ली ने रास्ता काटा, that is what my work is not done, my task was not being completed because of that. So that If it is going to come again and again in your mind, so you are going to be affected with such a thought. और फिर क्या होने वाला है? क्या होने वाला है? You will feel bad. You will not feel relaxed. The whole day, the same thought will be coming in your mind, or you will not be relaxed. You will be, maybe you will be feel uneasy, you will be very restless, you will very like irritable, कि मेरा काम नहीं हुआ because ये हुआ. So that became as an unhealthy belief system. So healthy belief system, unhealthy belief system, that is also important to get to get the difference between two kind of the belief system. Accordingly, you are going to get the feelings and consequences. So cognitive behavior therapy is a structured, collaborative, Socratic, empirical, time-limited therapy. The cognitive therapy is a process of structured, then collaborative, Socratic, evidence-based, and time-limited therapy. So these are the procedures which is applied during the cognitive behavior therapy. So cognitive behavior therapy is structured. Why it is structured? Because here you are going to identify your thought process. So what are the thought process you are going to identify, and then you are going to be like it is a collaborative in nature. Collaborative in nature means between the therapist and the client, both cooperation is important. Whether the client is able to understand what you are going to uh, apply or execute, the methods, the tools, the techniques, whether the people or the person has that much intelligence to understand, or that emotionality what the person is suffering from, whether it is a negotiable or it is uh, based on understanding, then you are going to apply such a therapy. And Socratic means like a Socratic questioning. Socratic questioning means what questions you are going to ask or going to put in front of the patients and with the patients. किस तरीके के questions आप पूछने जा रहे हो, and how the questioning is going to useful to bring the patients into that situation, whether patient is able to understand what is a belief system, what is a antecedent, what is a consequences, how it is happening, how it is affecting to your health, and how you can come out from that problems or from situations. कैसे आप निकल सकते हैं, किस तरह से निकल सकते हैं, what is the goal, what is the purpose, and why CBT is important. So just re-educate, psycho-educate about the a technique as well, that have to apply to a open-ended questions and the close-ended question during the Socratic approach. So अगर मैं आपसे पूछती हूँ कि अगर आपको आपके अपने जीवन में कभी भी ऐसा कोई फेज आया हो when you had felt not good, bad time, so can you write about one paragraph and identify yourself what the thought process you had, और आप अपने आप से क्वेश्चन पूछिए कि आप उस समय जो आप विजुलाइज कर रहे हैं उसको किस तरह से आप लीड कर सकते हैं क्वेश्चनिंग करके. So I'm giving 5 minutes to you. Everybody 5 minutes. Just kind of a self-exposure. Write your own story of your bad time or sorrow time or kind of fatigue time. It's not only particular situation. You can take according your own situation, and you have to just think about one phase, because every person as a human being and every person at one time or the other time, they face such a situation where their mood is getting low. And when mood is getting low, it means that you have some kind of thinking where thinking is connected with your low mood. So that time, what questions you are putting from yourself to overcome those time or those phases of time. So would you be agree to do this task right now? This is a practical. aspect. Hello, friends. Would
Yes,
you be
ma'am.
agree?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So yes, do it. I'm giving you 5 minutes. Yes, I'm back now. So, did you complete your task? Palash is there, Meenakshi, Palak, Buddhi, and who else is there? Are you able to hear me? सुन रहे हो आप? सुन पा रहे हो?
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ, yes. So, can you any any example?
Uh,
Socratic questioning. I have to ask Socratic questioning. Wow, open-ended question and the close-ended question. So two types of the questioning have to have an example over here. So who is going to present, and then I will tell you what is the Socratic questioning, how you have to ask from the patient. Yes. Who is going to speak right now? Anamika. Anamika has left. Buddhi is going to share. Who is going to share? Very simple. Try. Just you can try. I'm not taking any exams. Just a kind of my efforts. My efforts in the Zoom. It's nothing like any special thing. Meenakshi, you are a counselor. Now you tell me, because you are using this therapy, how you are going to use it. Just I'm going to ask your self exposure. Any moment of time where you were feeling not good, you feeling low mood, that time mood was getting affected with the some kind of situation, and where you yourself put any kind of questioning कि मैं क्यों दुखी हो रही हूँ, क्या मुझे हो गया है, कैसे मुझे क्यों ऐसा फील कर रहे हो, लाइक दैट. तो क्या ये मैंने अब आपको लीडिंग क्वेश्चन दे दिया एंड लीडिंग सिचुएशन भी दे दी. सो नाउ who is going to tell? Then after that I'm going to cover within a 10-15 minutes today's session.
ओके मैम. एक्चुअली में एक सिचुएशन है जो पास्ट में हुई मेरे साथ. तो उससे पहले सब ठीक था. आई लूज माय फादर. तो वो नहीं रहे, और दैट टाइम माय फिजिकल हेल्थ इज नॉट वेल. आई एम टाइम ऑफ menopause time, and I'm go through a operation,
Okay.
DNC, and my weight is so much. I gain my weight so much, and I am so depressed. I feel emotional trauma जो भी था, and weight भी बढ़ रहा था. I have a eating disorders. So, and I'm not focusing my family and my career and my work. That time I'm मतलब cut off my
All
interaction with the people and uh, activities. तो
right.
ज्यादातर मैं टाइम अपना नींद में बिता देती थी. एंड
Okay.
उस टाइम भी मतलब आप डॉक्टर है, आप काउंसलर हैं, लेकिन उसके साथ एक ह्यूमन है. सबसे बड़ी
इंसान भी
बात
है.
कि आपके भी अपने इमोशंस है. हर समय आप अपनी भी काउंसलिंग नहीं कर सकते.
Right.
यू नीड ए हेल्प. तो
Right.
बहुत फीलिंग सैड थी, लेकिन सडनली आई टॉक टू माय हस्बैंड, और वो नोटिस कर रहे थे. तो उन्हें ये लग
Right.
रहा था कि हमको एक टाइम चाहिए अपने फादर की इस सडन डेथ से रिकवर होने के लिए. तो वो मुझे
Right.
हेल्प कहते कि डिस्टर्ब नहीं करें,
Right.
आपको टाइम लगेगा इस चीज से,
Right.
क्योंकि हम बहुत ज्यादा अटैच थे उनसे. तो
Right.
फिर मैंने उन्हें बताया कि मुझे बहुत ही डिप्रेशन सा फील हो रहा है, और ये. तो उन्होंने कहा पूछो, अपने आप से बताओ कि कैसे तुम इस चीज से ओवरकम हो सकते हो. आपके
Mm-hmm.
फादर नहीं आ सकते, लेकिन अभी और बहुत सारी चीजें हैं. आपको
Mm.
अपनी मदर का ख्याल रखना है, आपको अपने बच्चे का ख्याल रखना है, और आगे बढ़ना है. दैट इज द जर्नी.
Mm.
आपको क्या करना पड़ेगा जिससे आप करोगे। तो
राइट
फिर मैंने अपने आप को वो नर्चर किया कि हाँ मैं क्या कर सकती हूँ। तो
राइट
पहले मैंने अपने आप से क्वेश्चनिंग करी कि मीनाक्षी,
राइट
आप इस चीज में हमेशा रहना चाहते हो?
राइट
यू विल एंजॉय टू, मतलब एम्पैथी गेन करने के लिए आप एंजॉय कर रहे हो, लोगों की
राइट
सिंपैथी एंजॉय करना चाह
सिंपैथी
रहे हो
सिंपैथी
कि
के लिए।
हाँ सिंपैथी एंजॉय करना चाह रहे हो, तो आप
हम्म,
इसी हालत में रहोगे या आप
हम्म,
इस चीज से ओवरकम करोगे और आप इन चीजों से बाहर निकल के आगे बढ़ोगे, क्योंकि इसका
राइट
इफेक्ट मेरे बच्चे पे ज्यादा पड़ रहा था। अ,
राइट
रही थी क्योंकि मैं उसकी किसी भी तरह से हेल्प नहीं कर पा रही थी, ना
राइट
इमोशनली ना एकेडमिकली ना कोई मतलब चीज नहीं। तब
राइट
मैंने को अपने को जितनी क्वेश्चनिंग करी कि इसमें क्या क्या है, पहले तो मेरे अंदर क्या क्या प्रॉब्लम्स है, तो
हम्म
इमोशनल जो लॉस है उसको मैं भर नहीं सकती थी।
राइट
लेकिन ये फील किया कि जो भी समय हमने अपने फादर के साथ गुजारा था वो मेमोरेबल है, वो बहुत अच्छा रहा। और उसके
राइट
बाद ही था मेरा वेट गेन हो रहा था, क्योंकि ईटिंग डिसऑर्डर उससे डिप्रेशन से डेवलप हो गए थे, तो उसकी वजह
हम्म
से वेट गेन हो रहा था। तो मुझे जो लोगों से इसीलिए इंटरेक्ट करने में या शॉपिंग करने में जो डिप्रेशन आ रहा था, इसीलिए आ
राइट
रहा था क्योंकि मैं वो अपना एक्सेप्ट नहीं कर पा रही थी वेट,
राइट
और मैं अपने को ये समझ रही थी कि नहीं ये तो मैं नहीं हूँ। तो कई तरह से चीजें झेल रहे थे, तो फिर मैंने सबसे पहले एक डाइट प्लान लिया एक डॉक्टर से, बकायदा उसमें बहुत अच्छे से फॉलो किया, मतलब 100% अपना दिया, और बहुत अच्छे से मैंने 3 महीने में मैंने 11 किलो वेट कम किया।
ओ
और
वाह मोटिवेशनल
और या मैंने 3 किलो में बहुत ही मतलब उसे उससे मुझे बहुत कॉन्फिडेंस आया। मैंने योगा क्लासेस स्टार्ट करी, उन्हें ज्वाइन किया, जो कि ऑनलाइन ही किया, मेडिटेशन
हम्म
क्लासेस ज्वाइन करी। और
राइट
राइटिंग एंड फोटोग्राफी मेरा पैशन रहा है, तो मैंने
वो
उसको फिर से शुरू किया, जिसको डिजिटल वर्क में कन्वर्ट किया। और ये सारे चीजों से जो मुझे अप्रिशिएशन और जो चीजें मिली, उसने मेरा कॉन्फिडेंस जो था वापस ले आया। तो मैंने वो सारे चीजें टेक्निक खुद पे लगाई कि कहाँ कहाँ फैक्टर हैं जो मुझे सैड कर रहे हैं। तो पहले फिजिकल हेल्थ पे किया, फिर मेंटल हेल्थ पे किया, एंड देन आई गॉट माय कॉन्फिडेंस बैक की। हाँ।
हम्म। बहुत सुंदर आपने मीनाक्षी जी बताया कि कैसे आपके सामने एक सिचुएशन आई जो रियलिस्टिक सिचुएशन थी, लॉजिकल था, और लॉजिकल डिप्रेशन भी आपका लॉजिकल था, बट परसिस्टेंट हो रहा था। तो परसिस्टेंट जहाँ हो रहा है वहां पे वो परसिस्टेंट डिप्रेशन की ओर बढ़ता जा रहा था। दैट टाइम इट वाज नॉट डिप्रेशन, इट वाज अनहैप्पी मोमेंट एंड अनहैप्पी feelings, but because it was persisting for a longer time and it was converting into depression, and because of depression your like day-to-day activities started affecting, and your
Yes,
interest, your socialization, and each and everything started affecting. And when it started affecting, तब आपके जीवन में आया ऐसा मोड़ कि क्या मुझे ऐसा रहना चाहिए नहीं रहना चाहिए। दैट इज अ लाइक अ ओपन एंडेड क्वेश्चन।
yes
ओपन
मैम।
एंडेड क्वेश्चन इस तरह से होगा कि आप क्या फील कर रहे हो, कैसे फील कर रहे हो। ये आपका
यस
ओपन
मैं।
एंडेड क्वेश्चन है। आप फील क्या फील कर रहे हो, कैसा फील कर रहे हो, ओपन एंडेड क्वेश्चन। अब क्या फील रहना, ऐसा फील रहना चाहिए नहीं रहना चाहिए, क्लोज एंडेड क्वेश्चन हो गया, यस और नो वाला। हाँ, रहना चाहिए आपको, दुखी दुखी फील करते रहना चाहिए या दुखी फील नहीं करते रहना चाहिए, दिस इज अ क्लोज एंडेड। हाँ या ना, हाँ या ना, क्लोज एंडेड हो गया। इफ यू आर सेइंग यस, मुझे दुखी फील नहीं करते रहना चाहिए, इट मीन्स ये जब आया नहीं रहना चाहिए, देन यू आर स्टार्टेड वर्किंग ओवर ऑन दिस मैटर, तभी आपने काम करना शुरू कर दिया। लेकिन पहला फीलिंग क्या था, क्या क्या फील हो रहा है पापा के चले जाने से, क्या क्या चीजें आपके साथ, क्या क्या मेमोरीज, क्या क्या आपके चाइल्डहुड, आपकी जितनी भी मेमोरीज हैं, फीलिंग्स, इमोशंस विच यू आर गेटिंग फ्रॉम योर फादर, एंड व्हाट द क्राइसिस यू आर लाइक अ पासिंग थ्रू, क्या क्या चीजें हो रही हैं, कैसे कैसे समय बीत रहा है, कैसे एक एक पल आप बिता रहे हो पापा के जाने के बाद से, एंड दिस इज अ ओपन एंडेड क्वेश्चन। लेकिन करना चाहते हो नहीं करना चाहते हो, आप अपनी लाइफ को ऐसे ही बिताना चाहते हो नहीं बिताना चाहते हो, दैट इज अ क्लोज एंडेड। बट इस क्लोज एंडेड का भी क्वेश्चन का होना जरूरी है, क्योंकि जब ऐसा क्वेश्चन आपने अपने आप उठाया कि क्या मैं अपनी सिंपैथी पाके ही खुश रहना चाहती हूँ, यही मेरी खुशी का लक्ष्य है, मेरे जीवन का लक्ष्य यही है, देन आपके अंदर से एक मोटिवेशन, नो नहीं, दिस इज नॉट अ पर्पस ऑफ माई लाइफ, दिस इज नॉट माई गोल ऑफ लाइफ, देन व्हाट एल्स, तो मुझे क्या करना चाहिए। और फिर ये क्वेश्चन आया क्या करना चाहिए, दैट इज अगेन ओपन एंडेड क्वेश्चन। मीन्स क्या करना चाहिए, ओपन एंडेड क्वेश्चन, दिस लाइक इट वुड गो वेरियस फेजेस, वेरियस वेज, वेरियस पाथ्स, कई सारे पाथ की ओर खुल रहा है रास्ता। क्या करना चाहिए, तो आपने अपनी फोटोग्राफी पे ध्यान दिया, आपने अपने लर्निंग्स पे ध्यान दिया, आपने अपने और भी जितने भी आपके शौक हैं, इंटरेस्ट, शौक, बहुत सारी हॉबीज पे आपने काम करना शुरू कर दिया, and started working on your diets, started working on your your weight gain, and started working on your like a personal care, जो हम सब कुछ मिस कर रहे थे, started working on that. So these are the two questions are very important to develop their insight in CBT, cognitive behavior therapy. So cognitive behavior therapy doesn't mean only thinking pattern you have to like a replace from your like a from as a purpose of like a problem solving technique, but is a part of the problem solving technique as well, the part of the insight oriented therapy to like a गेट सच काइंड ऑफ क्यूरीज, मतलब ऐसे क्वेश्चन जब हम रखते हैं तो एक इंसाइट भी डेवलप होती है और हमें मोटिवेशन भी मिलता है। सो दे आर द 5 आई वांटेड टू शेयर कि आपने बहुत अच्छे से आपने अपनी चीजों को रखा, और आपका डिप्रेशन का फेज भी क्या होता गया होगा आपका, ऑटोमेटिकली यू स्टार्टेड वर्किंग ऑन योर बिलीफ सिस्टम्स, आप अपने बिलीफ सिस्टम पे काम करना शुरू किया, और जब काम करना शुरू किया तो आपका डिप्रेशन का जो फेज था वो क्या होता गया, कम होता गया, और आप
कम।
डिप्रेशन से निकल आए। यही हुआ ना
यस।
आपका।
जी।
सो हाँ, तो सारे फ्रेंड्स, आर यू एग्री विद और आर यू प्लीज विद गेटिंग अ सेल्फ डिस्क्लोजर स्टोरी? It is a self story, it is not an unrealistic story, it is not a like a story made, it is a very real story which is like a depicted or described by her. So beautifully you have presented the story, and which is covering all four steps, not only four steps, it is covering 5 steps, where I am going to end with the 5 step. Number 1 step, which is I am describing identify your unhealthy belief, identify किया, और ये आइडेंटिफाई हमारे प्रेजेंट से भी शुरू हो सकता है, पास्ट से भी हो सकता है, फ्यूचर से भी हो सकता है, एंड दैट इज व्हाई वी आर व्यूइंग माई सेल्फ और अवर सेल्फ, दैट इज होपलेसनेस, वर्थलेसनेस एंड हेल्पलेसनेस। I was hopeless because my father has gone, he left me. Hopelessness, worthless, मेरा जीना बेकार है, मेरे फादर तो चले गए, मेरी जिंदगी बेकार है उनके बिना। और हेल्पलेसनेस, मैं कुछ भी नहीं कर सकती, मैं कुछ नहीं कर पाई, अपने मेरे फादर चले गए, so I'm completely gone. So that is like a helplessness condition. So when you have the feeling of hopelessness, worthlessness, and then you are going to have a feeling of helplessness, and it is going towards a depressive phase. So these are the like a ABC model which I was covering you. These are the factors. So इसको बोलते हैं cognitive triad, the present, past, and future. And these cognitive triad, so CBT is based on 3 cognitive triad. Even CBT is based on other cognitive errors. There are the 16 cognitive errors are there, which we'll be discussing on the next coming like a session. So here I'm just going to share this thing and going to tell about the 5 things. Here I had given the some example of like a train, you're waiting for train, and then how the train is late, so what you are going to think about. So this is what I have just mentioned here. Here the CBT is problem focused and practical approach. It is given here, again going to define it. aim to help you to get better in the long term, which is done through the changing your unhealthy belief to their healthy counterparts. It requires repetition, consistency, and vigor in the application. Though unhealthy beliefs have explicit and implicit, rigid, powerful demands, usually expressed as a must, should, have, toes, God's toes, etc. like that. Something is mentioned here, but I'm going to tell you about the 5 steps. 5 steps of cognitive behavior therapy where you have to use it as a practical thing. Here the example is given, but I will tell you the examples later on. Number one is like this unhealthy belief system. You have to identify number one. Number two, there's a 5 steps of CBT. So number two step is a dispute your unhealthy belief. So how you are going to dispute? You have to you have to ask from the patients about the alternative ways of thinking. सो अल्टरनेटिव वेज ऑफ थिंकिंग, जैसे कि अभी डॉक्टर मीनाक्षी से चीजें पता चली कि कैसे उन्होंने किस किस तरीके के थॉट्स दिमाग में लेकर के आए व्हेन फादर वाज पास्ड अवे, जब फादर के चले गए एंड शी वाज स्ट्रगलिंग विद द इमोशनल क्राइसिस और ट्रॉमा. सो हाउ शी वाज ब्रिंगिंग द डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ थिंकिंग पैटर्न. सो इसको कहते हैं रिप्लेसिंग from the logical belief system or logical thought process or logical thinking, or maybe like a replacing by the alternative ways of thinking to bring her mind or bring herself into the better situation, अपने आप को बेहतर सिचुएशन में लाने के लिए. तो डिस्प्यूट योर अनहेल्दी बिलीफ इन अ, अब उस अनहेल्दी बिलीफ को डिस्प्यूट आप सेगमेंट्स में भी कर सकते हैं, पार्ट्स में भी कर सकते हैं. दे हैव गिवन दे आर लाइक कैसे कर सकते हैं कि रियलिस्टिक है, आपके जो बिलीफ सिस्टम आपने जो बनाए हुए हैं वो रियलिस्टिक है, एंड क्यों नहीं है रियलिस्टिक, वाई नॉट, एंड डू दे मेक सेंस और दे डू नॉट have the sense or they do not have the meaning or the purpose. So, and do they lead to helpful or unhelpful outcomes for me and why? So हम अनहेल्दी बिलीफ सिस्टम को कैसे कैसे तोड़ सकते हैं? तो आपको 3 क्वेश्चंस पूछने हैं कि ये रियलिस्टिक है, नहीं है तो क्यों नहीं है, डू दे मेक सेंस, इनका कोई हमारे जीवन में इसका कोई मतलब है, सेंस है, और अगर नहीं है तो क्यों नहीं है, एंड डू दे लीड टू हेल्पफुल, क्या ये हमारी मदद करने वाले हैं, और अनहेल्पफुल, अगर अनहेल्पफुल है तो आउटकम्स उनका हमारे जीवन में किस प्रकार से है और क्यों है. थर्ड स्टेप इज आइडेंटिफाई योर हेल्दी बिलीफ सिस्टम. आपका हेल्दी बिलीफ सिस्टम क्या है? Like 3 balanced beliefs are derived from the preference belief, that's anti-awfulnessing, high frustration tolerance and unconditional acceptance of self or other. इसमें तो एक किसी की एग्जांपल उन्होंने दे रखा है जो कि मैंने इसमें ही मेंशन किया हुआ है. That is like a bring the healthy belief system. So healthy belief system जब हम लाते हैं तो you have a concern rather than you have a anxiety. Concern is different from anxiety. Healthy belief system है like somebody is sick, like Dr. Meenakshi was sick. So sick, अगर आपके पास हेल्दी बिलीफ सिस्टम है तो यू हैव ए कंसर्न कि मुझे फोन करना चाहिए, मुझे मेडिसिन दे देना चाहिए, मुझे उनसे बात कर लेनी चाहिए, मुझे उनके हालचाल ले लेने चाहिए, तो आई हैव टू टेक केयर ऑफ हर बिकॉज शी इज नॉट फीलिंग बेटर. दिस इज लाइक ए हेल्दी बिलीफ सिस्टम कि शी इज नॉट सिक, ये हमारा एक है. या 3-4 डेज से लगातार शी इज नॉट कमिंग, कहीं कुछ गड़बड़ तो नहीं हो गया है, सो आई हैव टू जस्ट फाइंड आउट वेदर शी इज बेटर और शी इज नॉट वेल. ये एक सिंपल हेल्दी वे ऑफ थिंकिंग है. But if it has unhealthy, it has become unhealthy, then you will have a differential kind of the thinking pattern where you are getting affected or as well you are going to affect others too. तो उसमें आपको समझना है, और उसमें जो फीलिंग है वो भी फीलिंग आपकी वेरी करती है. एंजाइटी इज अ मॉर्बिडिटी, ये मॉर्बिड फीलिंग है. कंसर्न इज नॉट ए मॉर्बिड फीलिंग. सो कंसर्न रहना इम्पॉर्टेंट है, बट मॉर्बिड रहना इज नॉट ए इम्पॉर्टेंट. तो आपको इसमें डिफरेंसेस लाने हैं. एंड देन dispute of a healthy belief system is also important. Sometimes it also becomes important. Oh, क्यों important रहता है? Because it becomes as a over concern. When you become as a over concern, you become as a over possessive. When you become over possessive, that is also affecting your mental health. और उस mental health में क्या होता है कि आप anxious रहने लगते हैं, restless रहने लगते हैं, परेशान होने लगते हैं, agitation, aggression भी develop होने लगता है. So this is also important. तो वो भी अनहेल्दी हेल्दी बिलीफ सिस्टम को भी ब्रेक करना इम्पोर्टेंट है. And now the last step is strengthen your healthy belief system and weaken your unhealthy belief system. So this is the process. Strengthening करनी है healthy belief system का कि what is important, what is not important, how much you have to be affected, how much you not be affected, what is a normal feeling, what is a not normal feeling, how the normal feeling is going to help you to support your well-being and wellness, how your unhealthy feeling, unhealthy belief system or the feeling going to affect your mind and your body also, and that way you have to take care of yourself. So that way you're going to help your client. So this is what weaken your unhealthy belief system and strengthening that part of the healthy belief system. So these are the 5 measures or 5 steps which are used in cognitive behavior therapy. This is a process I have just explained. This is a process, and process of the cognitive behavior therapy. Now what the process I have taught you, according that process, only one person has identified here how to identify your own story, and there are the 7 more other students are here. So tomorrow I am going to give you homework, that you have to take your own story and you have to identify unhealthy belief system or maybe healthy. It doesn't mean that everybody has an unhealthy belief system. You may be healthy belief system, but if you had a healthy belief system, so क्या क्या feelings आपको हुई और उस समय जैसी फीलिंग हो रही थी उसमें किस प्रकार के क्वेश्चंस को आपने रखा, कौन सा अप्रोच आपने अपनाया, उससे आपको क्या क्या फायदा हुआ. And you are going to share tomorrow. Are you agree or not agree? If you are agree, so just give the thumbs up. If you're not agree, so thumbs up down. Thumbs up and thumbs up down. Yes. Hello, friends. And this is the example I have given here, but now if I had given another example. So, dear friends, kindly speak something, or maybe just react as a thumbs up. Yes, Buddy is giving thumbs up. Yes, she is agree. She is going to bring her homework so that she could understand. Like I can also make out whether this today's class would be it is a fruitful or not. Yes, Suryansh is also, he is giving thumbs up. Very nice, Suryansh. So there are only two students. Palash is also, yes, Palash. So it means everyone understood what I have explained over here, the process and understanding what are the belief system, how the consequences you are going to get affected. And Anshika is also saying thumbs up, giving thumbs up. Very nice that you are giving, you are supporting me, and you also yes, you are cooperating, your cooperation is very much required over here. तो ताकि हम नेक्स्ट सेशन में फिर से आपको कॉग्निटिव एरर्स के बारे में आपको बता सकें, व्हाट आर द कॉग्निटिव एरर्स एंड हाउ कॉग्निटिव एरर्स वी हैव टू आइडेंटिफाई, हाउ मेनी कॉग्निटिव एरर्स, और उस कॉग्निटिव एरर्स का क्या क्या हमारी लाइफ में किस तरीके से हमें उसको हैंडल करना सीखना होता है और कैसे हमारी लाइफ को वो इन्फ्लुएंस करता है या अफेक्ट करता है. दैट वे आई विल टेक अनदर सेशन. और मुझे लगता है कि सेशन को करने में मुझे ज़्यादा दिक्कत नहीं आई, थोड़ी सी आई, बट आई विल सी. So would you say anybody wanted to give the feedback about it? So if you want to give feedback, then I am giving a 2-3 minutes and then going to close. Yes. Is there anyone wanted to give your feedback? How was today's class? And mute yourself. Meenakshi, class was good. Buddy is saying yes, ma'am. Thank you. Great session. All right. So thank you, Buddy. Thank you, Meenakshi. And Anshika is also saying yes. Thank you. So I think so that class is going to over now. Thank you, everyone, that you are here with me and supporting me. Yes, Palak is also saying thank you. Palash is also said. Palash is also saying great session. So thank you all. Thank you so much that you are here with me and very nice. Wish you all the best. Good night. Bye bye. Take care.